And we are live. What's going on? It's Chris and Emily from LifterLMS, and in this Feature Friday, which is happening on Tuesday, we're going to do an awesome demonstration for you. This one's a little bit more techy and in the code, but what we're going to show you how to do is to use the LifterLMS Custom Fields add-on to create a custom field that a user will enter data about themselves, but then we're going to show you how to take that data from that user and all your users and display it in the student reporting, which can be viewed, it can be downloaded, exported, brought down as a PDF. And essentially you can capture any information you want as when somebody registers or purchases on your site, and then you can do stuff with that data. You can create any custom field you want with LifterLMS Custom Fields. Will's going to show you how to get that custom data that you need and created and have that show up inside the LifterLMS reporting. I've got a curveball for Emily at the end, and we'll see how she does with it. But over to you, Emily. Take us to school.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. So taking a look at this demo site here, this is where we're going to be doing the tutorial, and we're going to be diving into a little bit of custom code here. But don't worry, if you're new to this, we're going to walk through step by step, and it should feel pretty comfortable just copying and pasting what we're going to be doing here. LifterLMS has a documentation called Adding Custom Columns to the Reporting Tables and Export Files. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be copying and pasting this code in. But first, let's talk about really an example of what we're doing. So a lot of times people say company name is a custom field that they want to add. So we're using LifterLMS, we're using LifterLMS Custom Fields, and then we're putting a little code on top of that to really kind of put frosting on the cake and make a setup that we want to have here. So I'm going to add a field on my LifterLMS billing form. I'm going to add a text field. This text field is going to be called company name. We're going to save this. And I'm actually going to rename my meta key real quick. We're going to do company _ name. These little fields over on the bottom right, it's nice to rename these. So when you're in the database later, it makes sense where it says company name and it doesn't say text 22167. Like that's a little hard to understand. So company name is going to be easier. So company name is my meta key. And now that I have this created, I'm going to go to my code snippets plugin. This is a free plugin you can find on the WordPress repository if you want to add custom code to your website. It's also recommended that you use like a child theme instead of a plugin. The nice thing about using a child theme when you add custom code to your website is that the theme loads before the plugins. And in this case, it doesn't really matter because we're loading LifterLMS plugin content in the reporting, and then this plugin will have a code snippet too. But if you're trying to edit your theme and you put code in this plugin, the theme is going to load its code, and then the plugin's going to load its code, but the plugin wants to modify the theme code. It can get a little confusing, but for this tutorial, since a plugin is modifying a plugin, this code snippets plugin is going to work perfectly. You can find it on the WordPress repository. And so what this allows us to do is we'll give this a title. This will be add company name to the LifterLMS reporting. That's what we're going to be doing. And so this is the PHP snippet here. And don't worry if this doesn't make sense right now, because I will talk through what this is going to do for us. So I'm just going to copy all of this, copy to my clipboard, and then paste it right in here. So now we have all of the custom code, and I need to change out a few items to show up in my reporting. So if I zoom in a little bit, you don't need to know everything this code does in order to be able to use it for your website. But basically, you can add multiple fields to your reporting. You can see my custom checkbox field 1, my custom text field 2. I'm only doing company name, right? It's just one field. So I'm going to delete that second one, and I'm going to put right here, company _ name. That's what my field meta key was, company _ name. Then we're going to scroll down a little bit more. And if you really want to go through and read this, you could even copy this into ChatGPT and have it explain what all this does. But basically, we're just outlining what our custom fields are, getting those custom fields from the user. And then when we load the reporting, we're going to inject some content. We're going to inject 2 columns. So you can see my custom checkbox field 1 and text field 2, right? We only did one. So I'm going to delete this second variable because we don't need that. And if you wanted to do more fields, you would have multiple columns, and up at the top, you would have more of these meta keys listed. But for now, we just have this one, and this one is supposed to be company name, right? Company name. And then we need to edit the title, right? My checkbox field. I'll just leave it like that for now. I'll show you what this looks like. So save and activate. My code snippet is now activated. So when I go to my LifterLMS reporting, I already had it open, but that's okay. We have my checkbox field there, right? And that's the title. It's supposed to be called company name, not my checkbox field. So let's change it to company name. Boop. That should be good. So let's give this a save, reload the reporting. Now it says company name. This is awesome. Let's see if it works with our company name custom field. So in order to do this, I did add it to my form. Remember, the billing information form now has company name assigned to it right there. But I do need at least one user on my website to have filled in that field in order for it to populate. So I'm going to enroll myself, Arthur Wells, in this course just so I can populate the field. What I'm going to do is there a free plan? There is a free plan. So on my free checkout, I should... Oh, it just enrolled me. Oh.
You're already logged in, I think.
Well, it's not a required field. I think that might be my problem. Let me swap that out real quick. We're going to require that. So you can't actually sign up for this course unless you fill out the field. Okay. I could also put it on the edit account page for this purpose, but it's fine. So this should work if I go to Arthur Wells. I need to kick myself out now. Canceled, update. Now, if I view my course, let's see what we can do. Come on. There we go. Company name is a required field. Absolutely. Now it is. So this is LifterLMS is my company name. So we'll enroll that. Boom. So let's look at the reporting and see if our code worked. So I need to find Arthur Wells here because that's my name on the demo site. You can see company name is LifterLMS. So when people fill out that custom field, when they sign up, that will now be in the reporting. And the nice thing is about when the export happens, you will have that in the export file as well. So you can have your custom data in your export and in the reporting for admins on the back end. But that's how you'll set that up. And now, Chris, I'm ready for the curveball whenever you are.
All right, Emily. So if we look over at the name field, you can see that column is sortable. So if we wanted to make our table sortable by company name, we could do that with code. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it would be to do an export and show somebody how to sort a spreadsheet by company name. So that's your curveball.
The curveball is, can we make the column sortable? Let's see. So title, export only. So we only defined whether the columns are exportable. I feel like in order to figure out it, I think these can be sortable. I think that we would need a little extra code here, because I think in LifterLMS in the code, it's like when you define the columns, they define whether those columns are sortable or not. And I would need to add that here. And so in order to do that, I think I would need to actually look at the code for the other columns. I probably shouldn't dive into VS Code in this example, but I think there is a way to do that.
Well, maybe show us in a sheet, how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it is possible, though, what you're saying. I just think I'd have to look at the code a little bit deeper. But let's take a look at Arthur Wells is here with field LifterLMS. Let me just export this. This will go to my sheet. And then I'm going to open this. I'm on a Mac, so I'm in numbers. Let me stop my screen share and reshare my numbers sheet. Once it opens up here, there it goes. Boom. So this window. So this is my sheet on my computer, the data I just exported. And so we can see company name should be over here. I think I left it as the default. Yep, company name. So you can sort spreadsheets. I've never sorted in numbers before, but let's see if we can do that. So we're looking at V. as our column is V right there. So let's say sort. In Google Sheets, it's called sort range. Show sort options. Sort entire table by multiple columns. I want to do by company name. So there it sent company name up to the top, and I could even do descending if it's supposed to be. Well, I guess we only have one company name, but with these filled out, it will sort it that way. I'm using Numbers on Mac. You could import this to Google Sheets as well. And there's got to be a way that you can do that in the reporting. I think you just have to know how the other columns are declared as sortable and then apply that rule to this one. But they are sortable as well, so there is that option. But
great job with the curveball. I knew that was a hard hit. Yeah, so whether you're using Numbers, Google Sheets, Excel, they all have sorting in it. And sometimes you just want to get your reporting data out of there. We've got some order export stuff coming soon to LifterLMS, which you'll be able to, move that into Sheets too and get all kinds of, do all kinds of data sorting in your spreadsheet tool of choice. So that's coming soon. Thank you for the great demo, Emily. And that's it for this Feature Friday. If you don't have LifterLMS Custom Fields, it's super powerful. Go check it out. You can also collect custom data like that and also print that data in other places. Like the most popular way we see people wanting to do that is to put the company name like Emily showed us on the certificate, and you can do that. So it's super powerful. Thanks again for the great demo, and we will catch you in the next Feature Friday. Smash the like, share it with your friends, and have a great rest of your day.